Today we've just got another short teaser from Games Workshop, another Beast Snagga model revealed, and a few more details as to how they're going to fit in the lore. Hello and welcome back to Warspets Tactics, where despite saying that New Model Monday has ended for March, it seems that they're still ploughing ahead anyway this week. Today we have another Squighog boy, armed with what appears to be a massive rocket-propelled spear, very orky, and a few more details as to Beast Snaggas in general. In the Warhammer community article that they've released today, they have confirmed that these guys are basically a new subculture, so likely something the equivalent of tank busters or storm boys, with their own quirks and personality and obsessions. Tank busters like to hunt the big game, storm boys are all about the military discipline and taking things seriously while they soar through the air, and Beast Snaggers are all about taming, trapping, and breeding squigs to solve all their orky problems in life. With this slightly more primitive preference, it does make sense that they might not be using quite as much high-tech stuff as some of the other clans and subcultures, though we can see just by the models that they've previewed already that they're not against using more basic technology. The Gretchen on that previous Squighog boy had that nice whirring cogtooth chopper. That rocket spear is a bit more technical than a standard chopper, and we have seen this enormous great big squig-pulled creation in the cave art preview. It looks like there's a fairly serious amount of guns and gobbins on that. It sounds like they're going to be very fluffy models to include in a clan such as the Snakebites, who are a bit backwards in their ways, but good to know that they're not going to be locked out of other clans. The article specifically calls them out as being used by goths, so hopefully we should be able to use all the new models no matter which clan you collect. I have seen a few people criticising the models online, saying that they might be a bit more appropriate for Age of Sigmar than 40k, though for me that's not really the biggest deal within a greater orc range. I think with orc lore the way it is, sometimes they might use great big power claws and fancy technology on you, but most orcs are equally happy braining you with a big axe as well. Boar boys were part of the game several editions ago, and it's quite nice to see them come back in the form of these Squighog riders. Talking of the new model, I must admit that the rocket-powered spear is incredibly orky. It certainly reminds me of the tank hammer carried by the most suicidal tank buster boys. The sheer stupidity of attaching rockets to a melee weapon is exactly the sort of things that orcs would love. Apparently the Gretchen that ride on the back of those Squighog boys are called saddle gits. The last one we saw had a nice cogtooth axe. This one appears to have got some dynamite on a stick, so I'd imagine some sort of fairly hefty grenade attack coming out of them. In any case, like the model, looks really dynamic and very dangerous between 3 points of attack from the orc boy, the squig itself, and the Gretchen's bomb. I'm imagining that these guys are going to be quite fun to use in game. Finally, here's the other previewed Squighog boy. Now we've seen it from another angle, it does appear that he's got the same rocket-powered spear, and they've shown off some nice new artwork which I'm sure will be featuring in the new Orc Codex when it comes out, with these new murderous squig boys on the charge. So a shame not to know any more on the rules front for these guys. I'm sure we'll be seeing some previews over the coming weeks though, and I'll certainly try and keep up with anything that comes out. If you've enjoyed the video, then feel free to subscribe to Warspets Tactics, where I'll most certainly be keeping up with the previews and do a full review on Codex Orcs when it drops. Finally, if you'd like to help support the channel, I would just like to mention the Element Games affiliate link, which is down in the video description. If you live in the UK and are thinking about picking up any models in the near future, it is one way that you can help support the channel. If you buy anything after clicking the link, it doesn't cost you any more, but a small amount goes to help the channel. There's a very similar link for Amazon in the USA and Canada too. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.